Hey guys, what is going on? I am going to run down like the preseason, like preseason to season 5 now, I think. Run down all of those things that they're going to be changing in League of Legends. And where I get this information from is at surrenderat20.net. It's actually a really cool website. I can show you all the things that are going to the PBE soon, like the day before, the day of, and then the PBE is basically a testing ground for people that get permission to test things that are coming out. If you guys were unaware. So I went through this at school today in my 3D animation class, and this is mind blowing, and like all these new things that are coming to the next season, which is absolutely cool. So this is just stuff that's being changed in the PvE right now. Singed is just a retexture for his, Splash Art, and then Udia, and then actually just retexturing Singed. That's not what we're looking at right now. We're going to be looking at, oh yeah, there's all this stuff. The ranked, for people that got silver or bronze in last season, there you go, you got these, gold, platinum, diamond, master, challenger. That's not what we're looking at right now. We're going to be looking at this new shit, experimental preseason changes. Now, this should be live now in the PvE, which I'm updating right now. So I'm going to be coming out with a video of me playing the new shit. So I'm just going to go through this stuff. It's just going to be an analysis, rundown, whatever, of everything. You guys have anything to comment on it, like anything I missed or anything that you guys think you disagree on or you do agree on, whatever, let me know. Alright. Now, what they're going to be doing, a lot of these are just kind of minor changes. The fountain regeneration, now instead of just having like one tick, they're going to be having 4 ticks in the same period of the 1 tick of healing. So it's basically so you can, okay, 25% of the amount healed at the live, but ticks 4 times as fast. It's kind of like you'll heal your full health at the same amount of time, but you can leave sooner if you didn't want to go all the way your health. It's just kind of like a more accuracy thing. The stat growth thing, this is actually pretty interesting. It says roughly characters will start the game with an additional 68% of the per level statistics compared to live. Basically meaning you're going to be 68% stronger than you normally would, but that's for everybody. So there wouldn't be too big of a difference. You're just kind of stronger level 1. So ADCs, be able to do more damage. Tanks going to be being able to take more damage early game. But they are reducing, each level characters will gain 72 to 128% of the per level statistics compared to live. Oh yeah. Basically, stats are just gonna, it's kind of like a inflation of stats, basically. I don't know how else to explain it. It's kind of hard to think. It's kind of, you take that for yourself, whatever you want to take it as. Bounty changes. So now the kill goal is no longer reduced before 4 minutes, which is actually, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I kind of like it. I think it's just kind of a weird thing to have the 4 minutes there. Then gold gain from assist now scales from 25 to 50% over the first 210 seconds. Now that should be, I think that's like 3.5 minutes into the game. So gold gain. I don't know what it was before. I don't know what it was scaled to before, but whatever. The death time is, now this is actually kind of interesting. The death time is now increased by 2% every 30 seconds starting at 35 minutes, rather than 2% every 60 seconds starting at 25. Meaning that it doesn't increase drastically for the first, it doesn't do that anymore, but it's going to start doing that at 35 minutes. It's going to start increasing drastically faster at 35 minutes instead of just increasing at 25. So, which is kind of a good thing. Like, I'd feel like that makes the games faster instead of longer. But if it does get to that 35-minute mark, it could drag on really far, making like team fights extremely fucking important. So if you ever get aced after like 35 minutes, you're gonna be losing a lot of shit. And this is really cool stuff. Towers, they no longer gain armor and magic resist over time. Meaning, I guess that's kind of good, because that way the games don't get dragged on as long, but they still get the damage, so they're still not worthless. Tower armor, they're now normalized to 100. I have no idea what it was before. I think it was more than 100. So I guess it's just gonna make the games shorter because the last season the games are really long. Um, Now, yeah, the outer, inner, and nexus all 2K, and then inhibitor is 2,500. I think outer and inner ones used to be like 2,550. I don't know if that's right. I think it's somewhere on there. I don't know. And then inner towers have a new mechanic, shielding, which is actually really cool. So if they actually start, if they don't take damage for 60 seconds, they regenerate. They start regenerating. Basically just like the inhibs and the nexus, except it's a little different because they'll have this shield. Oh wait, inner towers have a shield protecting them from. Yeah, they just have like a shield, which is actually really cool because it shields people around them, which is actually a lot. You can actually see. Where is it? Right here. That's actually a pretty big shield. I guess it is level 1, but that's a big shield. So that's gonna be interesting to see in when it comes out, when I actually start playing. Inhibitor towers have a new beam mechanic. Inhibit towers attack the targets continuously up to 4 seconds, or 4 times a second. Which basically means inhib towers are gonna be harder to take down. Slowly ramp the damage from 100% to 260 over the course of 6.5 seconds. Slowly ignores the target's armor 40% to 100% over the course of 6.5 seconds. Ramp is reset when inhibitor towers change targets. Base tower regeneration reduced, whatever. Yeah, so it's actually like harder to take down now. I guess this regeneration thing is actually good, meaning that if you were to do damage to it and then you come back later, it would have a lot of its health back. For inhib towers is only what we're talking about, which is actually, I like the fact that they won't be regenerating nearly as much, but they are going to be harder to take down, which is actually kind of cool because because in live right now it doesn't really seem like towers have too much diversity. It seems like the same thing all the way. Well, I mean the first two, outer and inner, they are exactly the same. Inhib and Nexus they're weaker, but they do more damage. I think. I don't know if that's true, but well, I know they have less health. I knew that. But they both regenerate, they both do more damage. So it doesn't really seem, I mean, like, that's not really too much of anything. Adding this shield thing with the inner towers, and then adding this, like, extra damage with the inhibs, that's actually really cool. So yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be pretty cool to see. Minions, they no longer gain armor, but they're just gonna be gaining maximum health at a rate which would be the similar or exactly the same as if they were having armor and magic resist. Which, I don't know, it's just making math easier to do. So, like, if you have exactly 50 attack damage and the minion has exactly 50 health, you will kill it. I mean, like, so if they had, like, 1 or 2 armor, you would be off a little. So it makes CSing a little easier if you're one of those people that, like, click on it or whatnot. Home field advantage. This is cool. They actually gain movement speed and minor resistant bonuses. So you get like armor, a little bit of armor, a little bit of magic resist, and you gain movement speed in your base, which is actually kind of cool, making it harder to attack. I don't know. I don't really know how that would actually implement too much into the game. It just making it easier to defend, I guess. You have to go for other objectives if you had to fight another team. Inhib respawn. They are increased now. The timers are increased, so meaning like if you destroy inhib, it'll take even longer, another minute longer exactly, for it to come back. Basically meaning inhibs are going to be much more important to take out since the inhib towers are stronger, so it kind of balances out. The blue buff has been reduced 30 seconds. Same with red buff, but red buff added more stuff. I guess, I mean, it's not too big a deal. I mean, it's not too drastically different compared to all this other shit. The red buff now gives you 100, not 100, gives you 1% of maximum health regen every 5 seconds, which is actually kind of cool. The argument for this was that blue buff, like, gave you, the ability to siege better for wave clear and shit. I guess adding this you would be, I don't know, I think red buffs would just be, I don't know, I think it'd be like easier to jungle with or clear with, so you'd be taking less, well, you would be taking the same amount of damage, you'd just be healing a lot. So you'd start red every time you jungle, and then you just gain health over time, especially if you're not one of those champions that are really mana hungry. It would be kind of cool. Duration, yeah, took that down. Slow is reduced. Um, Slow is reduced. Burn damage, it actually burns more now, which is actually kind of cool. And the burn damage now applies to towers, which I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like ADCs late game and junglers early game are going to be able to do way too much damage to towers, especially if you were to go like a tower destroyer like Jax jungle. You are going to be taking out towers like a mofo. But I guess they added this since they buffed towers a lot. Which, I guess, I don't know, it might balance out, maybe not. And they actually added a pickup thing. So like if you've ever played Howling Abyss or Dominion, they have those health packs that you can pick up. They give you movement speed and health. They've been adding this like, it's like in the middle of the river, I think. Oh no, it's just like in the very end. Like this is, I can't tell if this is mid lane or top lane or not. One of the two. They're adding it right here, which what it does, it doesn't. I don't think it heals you. The top lane and bottom lanes. Okay, yeah, top and bottom. After 20 minutes, they'll start spawning, and every 3 minutes after you pick it up or whatever, they give you plus 50 out of combat movement speed, which is actually pretty significant because I think regular boots give you 25. So 50 out of combat, that would be really, that's crazy. And you can see, like, if you stand still for half a second, grants up to 25% increased vision range on, and the ability to look over walls. So this is the difference. They showed a difference for it. No, this is your vision. Otherwise, and if you have this buff, this is your vision after like you're standing still for half a second. That is absolutely game changing. That is really level 5, level 11. That is really ridiculous because especially ganking and counter ganking. I guess it's after 20 minutes, so it'd be like not as too big a deal because ganking and counter ganking don't happen nearly as often after 20 minutes. So I don't know. I guess for team fights, like it makes it easier to get caught out if the enemy team has that buff. Which I don't know how I feel about that. That'd be kind of cool to see. It's gonna be cool and interesting to see. Anyway, but I don't know how if it would be a good or bad idea. But I guess we'll see soon. Oh wow, 88%. Oh yeah, they got rid of the 2 elixirs that they have right now, but they added these 4. So yeah, you can only have 1 elixir out at one time now, which is, I don't know. I guess if you did have all 4 of these, it'd be pretty overpowered. And you can only buy them after level 9, which I guess is just stopping people from buying them before level 9. I don't know. And it's increased to 400 instead of, I think it's 250 for the blue one, 350 for the red one, but they're gonna be out of the game anyway. The new elixirs, Elixir of Ruin grants health, and then grants base health and then damage to towers. Nearby minions gain damage to towers, and their movement speed is increased to 90. That's a lot. That's okay. That's the split pushing one. Elixir of Iron grants size, tenacity, slows distance. You leave a trail, increases all ally movement, so you have a 10%. That is like a team fight tank one. So if you're about to do a team fight, you want to grab this Elixir of Iron. As if you're doing the tank roll, grants AP and magic per 5 seconds. Bonus true damage when damaging a champion or a tower. That's pretty cool. I guess it's just kind of like the blue one now, and it's a better version actually. Elixir of Wrath grants AD physical vamp. Oh yeah, I think they're gonna be calling lifesteal physical vamp now instead of lifesteal because that way they're more, I don't know, physical vamp and spell vamps. They're more linear. I mean, they're more continuous. Whatever the word is, I don't know what it is. Which okay, that's just a better version of the red one we have right now. Oh yeah, and it extends it after. I mean, another 30 seconds after you get a kill or assist. I don't know why they wouldn't have that on this one then. Whatever. Oh yeah, Baron. Okay, health regeneration moved. Um, I don't know what that means. Baron buff additionally grants you empower. Oh yeah, they reduce your recall by 4 seconds if you have Baron buff. That is pretty fucking crazy. I guess it's kind of like that's actually really useful if your team has just finished Baron and then like you are just avoiding getting caught out from the enemy team, so you can just B immediately if you guys are all low. That's actually really freaking good. Baron buffs. Yeah, oh yeah, and the Baron buff gives like a 90% movement speed to specific whatever minions, and then they give these bonuses. 80% damage reduction for melee, increased damage for ranged, increased range in AoE for siege minions, and then movement speed and attack speed for super minions. This is pretty crazy. It's adding a lot of diversity to the game, which is actually kind of a cool idea because this, if you would grab Baron and just start split pushing, makes it really useful to do that. Team fights, I think they're adding a lot of split pushing things into the game, so like not every single game is just going to be, oh, well, I just won that team fight, now you lost a tower, if I win another one, you can lose another tower, and whatnot, whatever. So you don't just like lose after like 3 team fights. You can still be in the game if you just start split pushing, you stay caught up in that way. And this is really weird. They took out Dragon no longer grants global gold. So like if your team kills Dragon and you're top, you no longer get that gold. I'm assuming you still get local gold because so if you took 3 people to kill Dragon. Yeah, what's up? Okay. Sorry, that was my dad rudely interrupting. Dragon no longer grants global gold. So like yeah, 3 people killing it, those 3 people still get the gold. I'm assuming. Which is okay, I mean I almost know for a fact because that would be local gold. But they added this thing every time you kill it. I mean the Slayer, the person that actually kills it, so most of the time jungler will get a stack of Dragon Slayer, so in whatever gives you this after each time. After 5 it triples all of these. This could actually be pretty crazy. They're adding a lot of diversity to junglers. And I will show you more of this in a second. More of the jungler shit. They're getting rid of the captain's minions movement speed, which is, I don't know, whatever. Oh yeah, now all armor items are going to build out of cloth armor, and all magic resistant items are going to build out of no magic mantle, which is actually making it easier to like build defensively early game. Because getting 720 gold can actually be a little difficult early game. I don't know. Basing it, I think it's 2 cloth armor built into 1 chain vest. It's down here. Whatever, I'll show you later. Health and mana regeneration. Oh yeah, everything's not gonna say like health per 5 and mana per 5. It's just gonna be base health regeneration and percent base mana regeneration. Yeah, and then they're adding a bunch of items, which I'm not going to go through all of these because that's going to take a while. But they are adding a new jungle camp, which it actually spawns in the rivers, and it patrols in those, but it avoids people. They're not hostile at all. They'll actually it'll run away from champions, which is weird. But after you kill it, or it grants a speed shrine in the river that provides vision and out of combat movement speed people. Okay, never mind. Yeah, they have that. And now they're adding, like, if you were to smite a large minion, so the big wraith, and the big wraith at the wraith camp, and like the golems, wolves, etc., they're adding all these things. Red buff, you get a large amount of health. Blue buff, large amount of mana. Adding execute damage to your attacks, Ancient Golem. I'm assuming that's like if they're below like 15% health or whatever, you do extra damage to them then, just like that one mastery. Um, okay, Large Wraith gets you. It basically it's like Thornmail, poisoning enemies that attack you, which is kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that one. Grants you a buff that automatically grants you True Sight for a short time the next time you're spotted by enemy wood. So this is actually really cool. So if you were to smite the Wraith Camp, which is actually Raptors now, you like get this buff. So if you were to do that and then go gank, and they have a ward there, if you get spotted by the ward, it gives you vision of the ward, and then you can kill it. So you can just come back later. It's just kind of like what people used Red Trinket for if they were jungling and using Red Trinket. Actually, kind of cool. I guess I don't know because then wards are just gonna be a little less useless, little less useful. Okay. And then it gives you, and then if you smite the wolf camp, which is a merc wolf, it has like 3 heads now. It's pretty cool. It gives you like a little helper to help you jungle. Yeah, a little helper. Sorry, I'm daydreaming. Yeah, they got rid of all the spirit of the elder retarded, spirit of the whatever, whatever. And they're adding these ones, these chings. Okay, Stalker's Blade. So like, you can only get Hunter's Machete for if you have Smite. Like, it doesn't let you buy Hunter's Machete unless you have Smite. And then Hunter's Machete builds into these things. After killing 3 monsters, you can smite enemy champions, dealing a small amount of true damage and reducing the movement speed by 50% for 2 seconds. That is absolutely insane. I'm assuming like you have to do 3 camps, just kind of like Feral Float. You have to just do 3 camps, and then you can actually use smite on people. Which is that's ridiculous. I'm assuming it's a really low amount of true damage, like probably 100 maybe. But the movement speed is really what's going to be good for ganking. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's kind of cool because now you don't have to only use smite for objectives, so you can actually use another spell for other shit. Okay, upgrade smite to quick smite, basically reducing it hugely. And then every time you kill a large monster, grants bonus gold. Yeah, I mean, if you use it on a large monster, it gives bonus gold. Just kind of like the thing that's right now with like all the spirit ones. Like it stacks up to 80 and gets rid of 40 stacks, gives you 40 gold, whatever. Upgrade smite to challenging smite. Challenging smite can be cast on enemy champions, doing no true damage but revealing them for a long time and causing your attacks to deal bonus true damage. It's just kind of, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of cool too. That's kind of for like invading, actually. Invading. Upgrade smite to desolation smite. Desolating smite, which causes smite to deal 50% splash damage, clear time, increases whatever stuns them too. Because they were increasing like camps. Where does it say that? Oh yeah, jungle difficulty and rewards have been increased. So like, oh yeah, this too. This is, I don't know how I feel about this one. Red and blue buff time is moved to 230 instead of 155. I don't know if I like that. I guess now, a long time ago, last season, you would do wolves, then do blue. Now it's gonna have to be, oh yeah, you do, yeah, people used to do wolves before you did blue at 155 because wolves and wraiths used to spawn at 130. Now, they don't, obviously, but you're gonna have to wait at like 150 or whatever to do, why? I'm daydreaming. You have to wait until 155 or whatever time to do wolves, and then you do blue and red later than you used to, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know what they're going with that. The above four items enchant. I don't know how the items can be enchanted with full enchantments that offer bonus statistics. Yeah. Oh, you add these to it. Grants AD, lifesteal. So these are basically like your AD, AP, a tank, and then Udyr, basically. Um, so yeah, that's basically it. I mean, then it gives you visuals for this shit. The Dragon Slayer thing. And this is the buff that's on when it's on minions. That's really cool. Oh yeah, here's the ghost thing that helps you out. Yeah, here's new items, new elixirs, new items. Yeah, so that's basically it. I thought it'd be pretty cool if I just did an analysis of these things, or a rundown, whatever, because some people haven't seen it yet. And you guys definitely should check out this website. I don't know if I'm allowed to promote this website, but I'm doing it anyway. Um, it gives a lot of cool stuff that's gonna be coming out. A lot of cool, like sneak peeks at. Oh, well, there's all the items. Just gives you a lot of sneak peeks about things. Is really cool. And I will be doing a video of the gameplay in PBE. So you guys definitely should check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Go ahead and subscribe if you liked it. I'm probably going to do a lot of these things. Like, I'm going to be playing a lot of League of Legends next season. I already do now, but I don't actually upload them. But I will love to upload them if you guys are interested in watching that shit. But until next time, thanks for watching, guys.